we're into June and even May, and there are struggling teams, doesn't stop people from talking about what teams should or shouldn't do at this point. I mean, Jeff Passan just had a tweet out there recently and a story out, right, Zach, of the Orioles forget the season has already happened, but then he said what they should do is, well, their best player right now is Ryan O'Hearn. You should look to trade him. Now, Jeff Passan also put out a list of other players that could be available. I mean, Zach, do you have that article with the Orioles or with – there it is. So there it is. Objective, forget this year ever existed, and best player available, first baseman Ryan O'Hearn.
And then later in the article, he listed the Mets, their best option for trade would be to get Cedric Mullins, and the Mariners were Ryan O'Hearn. So two guys that I think would be the ones to go. But that's kind of his what to do before the deadline for each team. For the Orioles, it was forget this year ever existed and trade everyone.
Yeah, that's assuming the Orioles are sellers by the time the trade deadline comes around.
Mm-hmm. And also, even if they're not sellers, you're going to have to put a line in the sand of who is staying put. It's the same conversation we had last time about Cedric Mullins and Felix Bautista.
Yeah.
Ryan O'Hearn, it's interesting to me because Ryan is a pending free agent.
Yep.
So if you sign him, or you trade for him, it's a rental, right? So the team that trades for him, you're hoping that you'd want to extend him, is in my opinion.
Yes.
But if you're the Baltimore Orioles and you don't have a left-handed bat that's a first baseman right now, and Ryan O'Hearn seems to be in the prime of his career that can probably be extended for 2 to 3 years. Also, he loves being a Baltimore Oriole. Don't dismiss that by any means and tell me it's a business. I've told you there's players that matter to organizations, and yes, some can price themselves out, aka Anthony Santander, I think, was a good example. Beloved, but the price tag for him got a little bit too high. The Orioles made a choice to not re-sign Austin Hayes, so they traded him, or extend him, I should say.
Yeah.
Price point is still kind of low for Hayes. Why he can't stay healthy is his big thing. But Ryan O'Hearn, I'm looking at that going, well, damn, who's going to pick up the slack if you trade him? And that's where I'm kind of standing at it with all the players that could be available. And there's a lot.
My thing, too, is we talked about this with Seti about being the veteran presence. I mean, he is the veteran after all. So is Ryan O'Hearn. And a very young team. And it's only getting younger, by the way. I think it's really important to have guys like Ryan and Seti both. Losing both of them would be a tragedy, in my opinion, for this team. Because if those two are gone, or even if one of them is gone, that means the team got even younger and the experience is even less than what it was before.
And the vibes, man.
Well, not even just that. Like, players know that it's a business, and like that's fine. But like when it comes to just experience in the overall, clubhouse, like I just think that would be a huge mistake to let both of those go in a time where the team's pretty fragile too.
Yeah, I think that's all what goes into this conversation, right? And when you're looking at other teams and you're looking at what you can get for more, when you look at bigger deals, pitchers that get traded at the deadline seem to have that juice when it comes to the prospects or players you get back. Position players, unless it's a superstar type name, like when you look at Juan Soto, right? Superstar. That package might go down as one of the best trade packages we could see. C.J. Abrams, James Wood look like stars. Wood's a superstar. Mackenzie Gore looks like an ace, and Robert Hassel III looks like he can have some serious staying power.
And that's good. And that's good.
Yeah, and the thing, though, that I'm going with here is that's for a premier in his prime, even before his prime, technically, and a guy like Juan Soto. I don't know if the juice is going to be worth the squeeze, even for as great as I think Ryan O'Hearn's doing. And I think if you're looking at value, are you valuing whatever that selling high on him, or are you going to value that, hey, we're going to be right back in this next year? Ryan O'Hearn, we're expecting to be a good hitter for us for the next 2 years. Is it worth it? Now, other pitchers like Sagano could be interesting. He's a little bit older, but he's pitched really well. Eflin, sure. I just have a tough time thinking of what that value is you're going to get back for a guy because I do think, as much as I love Ryan O'Hearn, I love the dude to death. I think he should be a Baltimore Oriole.
Same.
I'm trying to understand what his price tag's going to even be, and what is a team going to be willing to sell for a 31-year-old. And 31, we share the same birthday. So I'm saying this with a guy that is the same exact age. At his age and the position that he plays, what is that value going to be? Because he's not going to be a 30, 40 home run guy either. He's just going to be a really, really consistent, solid player that will have his strengths and will have his weaknesses. So I think we'll find out, but a lot of names here as we go forward. And why would teams do that? Trade season's officially underway here